Imagine your heart racing, your chest tightening, and an overwhelming fear taking over. You're convinced something terrible is happening, but it's just a panic attack. This intense and sudden experience can be incredibly frightening, leaving you feeling helpless and confused. It's crucial to understand that you are not alone. Panic attacks are surprisingly common, affecting millions of people worldwide. However, despite their prevalence, they are often misunderstood, leading individuals to believe they are experiencing a heart attack or another serious medical condition. This lack of understanding can amplify fear and prevent people from seeking the help they need. This article aims to shed light on the nature of panic attacks, exploring their signs and symptoms, delving into potential causes and triggers, and most importantly, providing effective coping strategies to help you regain control and embark on a healthier, more peaceful life. By the end of this guide, you will have a clearer understanding of what panic attacks are and practical tools to manage them, empowering you on your journey towards well-being. Understanding panic attacks. To effectively address panic attacks, it's essential to first establish a clear understanding of what they truly are. A panic attack is defined as a sudden episode of intense fear or discomfort that reaches its peak within minutes. This intense surge of anxiety can feel completely overwhelming and often strikes without any apparent or immediate trigger. It's important to differentiate panic attacks from general anxiety. While anxiety is a more persistent feeling of worry or unease that can linger for extended periods, a panic attack is characterized by its sudden onset and extreme intensity. Think of anxiety as a constant hum of worry, whereas a panic attack is like a sudden, deafening alarm. The abrupt and powerful nature of a panic attack is what makes it so distressing for those who experience it. It can feel as though your body and mind are reacting to a life-threatening situation, even when there is no actual danger present. Understanding this distinction is the first step towards recognizing and managing these episodes effectively. How common are panic attacks? It might be surprising to learn just how common panic attacks are. Statistics indicate that up to 35% of people will experience a panic attack at least once in their lives. This means that a significant portion of the population will, at some point, encounter this intense and frightening experience. While a single panic attack doesn't necessarily mean someone has a panic disorder, it highlights the widespread nature of this phenomenon. The fact that so many individuals experience panic attacks underscores the importance of destigmatizing mental health and fostering open conversations about these experiences. Knowing that you are not alone in experiencing these intense feelings can be incredibly validating and can encourage you to seek support and learn effective coping mechanisms. Recognizing the commonality of panic attacks can also help to reduce the fear and isolation that often accompany them. Physical and emotional experience. During a panic attack, the body's natural fight-or-flight response is activated, even in the absence of a real threat. This primal response, designed to protect us from danger, floods the body with hormones like adrenaline, leading to a cascade of intense physical symptoms. These physical symptoms can be quite varied and often contribute to the feeling that something is seriously wrong. Common physical manifestations include a rapid heartbeat or palpitations, where you might feel your heart pounding in your chest. You might also experience trembling or shaking, feeling unsteady and out of control. Shortness of breath or a feeling of being smothered can make it difficult to breathe normally, adding to the sense of panic. Other physical sensations can include chest pain or discomfort, which often leads to the mistaken belief of a heart attack. You might also experience sweating, feeling clammy and overheated, as well as dizziness or lightheadedness, making you feel faint or unsteady. Nausea or abdominal distress can also occur, further contributing to the overall feeling of unease. Beyond these physical sensations, panic attacks also involve intense emotional symptoms. These can include an overwhelming fear of losing control, feeling as though you are going to act irrationally or be unable to cope. There might also be a profound fear of dying, a terrifying conviction that your life is in danger. These intense physical and emotional experiences combine to create a truly distressing and often debilitating episode. Decoding the signals of panic attacks. Recognizing the signs and symptoms of a panic attack is a crucial step towards managing them effectively. By becoming familiar with these indicators, you can learn to identify when a panic attack is occurring and implement appropriate coping strategies. The physical symptoms of a panic attack can be numerous and varied. As mentioned earlier, chest pain is a common symptom and can be particularly alarming. It's important to note that while chest pain during a panic attack is typically central and may feel like tightness or pressure, it often differs from the crushing pain associated with a heart attack. However, if you are ever unsure, it is always best to seek medical attention. Shortness of breath or a feeling of suffocation can make breathing feel labored and frightening. Sweating, often excessive and sudden, is another common physical manifestation. Dizziness or a feeling of unsteadiness can make you feel like you might faint. Trembling or shaking, particularly in the hands and legs, can be noticeable and unsettling. Nausea or stomach upset can add to the overall feeling of discomfort. Finally, hot flashes or chills can occur as your body reacts to the surge of adrenaline. Beyond the physical, in addition to the noticeable physical symptoms, panic attacks also manifest through intense emotional symptoms. One of the most common is a feeling of impending doom, a sense that something terrible is about to happen, even without any concrete evidence. This feeling can be incredibly distressing and can lead to significant anxiety. Another common emotional symptom is detachment from reality, also known as derealization. This can feel like you are observing yourself from outside your body, or that the world around you is not real or is distorted. Similarly, depersonalization, a feeling of being detached from your own thoughts and feelings, can also occur. Individuals experiencing a panic attack may also have an intense fear of going crazy, worrying that they are losing their mind or will act irrationally. These emotional symptoms can be just as frightening and debilitating as the physical ones, contributing to the overall sense of terror and helplessness. How long do they last? Understanding the typical duration and after effects of a panic attack can also be helpful in managing them. Most panic attacks tend to peak in intensity within the first 10 minutes. This doesn't mean that the experience is over quickly, but rather that the most intense feelings usually subside within this time frame. Following the peak, the symptoms typically begin to lessen and usually resolve completely within 20 to 30 minutes. However, even after the main attack has subsided, individuals can be left feeling drained, exhausted, and emotionally raw for hours afterward. This post-attack period can involve lingering anxiety, fatigue, and a sense of vulnerability. Knowing the typical timeline of a panic attack can provide some reassurance during an episode, reminding you that the intense feelings will eventually pass. Causes and triggers of panic attacks. While panic attacks can sometimes seem to strike out of the blue, there are often underlying causes and triggers that contribute to their onset. Understanding these factors can be crucial in developing strategies to prevent future episodes. From a biological perspective, there can be a genetic predisposition to anxiety disorders, including panic disorder. This means that if you have a family history of anxiety or panic attacks, you may be more susceptible to experiencing them yourself. Additionally, individuals who are generally more sensitive to stress hormones like adrenaline may be more prone to experiencing the intense physical sensations associated with panic. Psychological triggers also play a significant role in the development of panic attacks. Negative thought patterns, such as catastrophizing or interpreting normal bodily sensations as signs of serious illness, can significantly contribute to anxiety and increase the likelihood of a panic attack. Past trauma or significant emotional distress can also create a heightened state of anxiety and make individuals more vulnerable to experiencing panic. These psychological factors highlight the strong connection between our thoughts, emotions, and physical reactions. Finally, environmental triggers can also contribute to the onset of panic attacks. Certain substances, such as excessive caffeine consumption, can stimulate the nervous system and mimic some of the physical symptoms of anxiety, potentially triggering a panic attack. Stressful life events, such as exams, job interviews, financial difficulties, or relationship problems, can significantly increase overall stress levels and make individuals more susceptible to panic. Major life changes, even positive ones like marriage or childbirth, can also be stressful and act as potential triggers for some individuals. Recognizing these potential environmental factors can help you identify and potentially manage or avoid situations that might increase your risk of experiencing a panic attack. Coping strategies for panic attacks. Fortunately, there are numerous effective coping strategies that you can learn and implement to manage panic attacks, both in the moment and in the long term. When you feel a panic attack coming on, there are immediate techniques you can use to help manage the intense symptoms. One effective grounding technique is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. This involves using your senses to focus on the present moment. First, identify 5 things you can see around you. Then, acknowledge 4 things you can touch. Next, listen for 3 things you can hear. Then, identify 2 things you can smell. Finally, name 1 thing you can taste. This technique helps to redirect your focus away from the anxious thoughts and physical sensations and back to your surroundings. Another crucial immediate technique involves breathing exercises, particularly diaphragmatic breathing. This type of deep, slow breathing can help to slow your heart rate and reduce hyperventilation, a common symptom of panic that can actually worsen feelings of anxiety. To practice diaphragmatic breathing, place one hand on your chest and the other on your stomach. Inhale slowly through your nose, allowing your stomach to rise while keeping your chest relatively still. Then, exhale slowly through your mouth. Focusing on your breath can have a calming effect on your nervous system. Building resilience. In addition to immediate techniques, there are also long-term strategies that can help to prevent the recurrence of panic attacks. Incorporating mindfulness practices into your daily routine can be incredibly beneficial. Techniques such as meditation and yoga can help to reduce overall stress levels, improve your ability to manage anxiety, and increase your awareness of your body's signals. Regular exercise is another vital component of long-term anxiety management. Physical activity releases endorphins, which have mood-boosting effects and can help to reduce tension and stress. Maintaining a healthy diet is also important, as proper nutrition can support overall mental and physical well-being. Avoiding excessive caffeine and alcohol, which can exacerbate anxiety symptoms, is also recommended. Seeking support. It's important to remember that seeking professional help is a sign of strength and can be incredibly beneficial in managing panic attacks and panic disorder. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is a highly effective form of therapy for panic attacks. CBT helps individuals identify the triggers for their panic attacks and challenge the negative thought patterns that contribute to their anxiety. Through therapy, you can learn coping mechanisms and develop a greater sense of control over your panic symptoms. In some cases, medication options may also be considered, particularly for more severe or frequent panic attacks. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, SSRIs, are a type of antidepressant that can help to regulate mood and reduce anxiety over time. Beta blockers can sometimes be prescribed to help manage the physical symptoms of anxiety, such as a rapid heartbeat. It is crucial to discuss medication options with a qualified medical professional who can assess your individual needs and determine the most appropriate course of treatment. Remember, there is support available, and seeking professional help can significantly improve your quality of life. Key takeaways. In conclusion, let's recap the key points we've discussed. Panic attacks are sudden episodes of intense fear characterized by both physical and emotional symptoms. While they can feel incredibly frightening and are often mistaken for serious medical conditions, they are a relatively common experience. Recognizing the signs and symptoms, understanding the potential causes and triggers, and implementing effective coping strategies are crucial steps in managing panic attacks. Remember that immediate techniques like grounding exercises and breathing exercises can help during an attack, while long-term strategies such as mindfulness, exercise, and a healthy diet can build resilience and prevent recurrence. Conclusion. It's important to reassure yourself that while panic attacks can be a very distressing experience, they are indeed manageable. With the right tools, knowledge, and support systems, you can learn to navigate these episodes and regain control over your life. Please know that you are not alone, and it is perfectly normal and courageous to seek professional help when needed. There are many resources available, and therapists and medical professionals can provide invaluable guidance and support on your journey towards better mental health. If you found the content valuable, please show your support by giving us a like, subscribing to our channel, and activating the notification bell to stay updated on future health tips and advice. We encourage you to share your thoughts and questions in the comments section below.